Hello, guys and gals, and we're back with probably the final Wings of Fire book review for a while, anyways, because I think I've reviewed them all by now. I haven't reviewed the seven, soon to be eight graphic novels, or nine if you count um, Legends Darkstalker coming out later in the year, probably around November. But we have done quite a few videos. I think I counted 25 total. Um, 18 of the main series, with 15 with an exclamation of each arc after every five books. The two Legends books, the Guide to the Dragon World, and four of these things, the Winglets. But we're gonna be I'll be reviewing rather the fourth Winglets book, Runaway. And it basically centers around Prince Arctic and Foe Slayer. Foe Slayer being a Nightwing, and Prince Arctic being an Icewing. Kind of an odd mixture, but um, let's just start. Um, Basically, the second that Prince Arctic laid eyes on Foe Slayer, he was smitten and fell in love. And he was supposed to marry, I guess, someone else, but they were kind of a boring person, I guess, boring dragon, and they just weren't really feeling it. And so, anyways, then Prince Arctic really only seemed interested in being with Foe Slayer. It was kind of obvious to a certain extent what was happening, at least to certain parties involved. But yeah, we all really know what really happened because Foe Slayer and Prince Arctic ended up creating the offspring known as Darkstalker, arguably the most powerful dragon in all of the Wings of Fire franchise, basically because of his enormous animus powers and somewhat cruel demeanor, I would say. Um, so this book takes place just prior to Legends Darkstalker because, yeah. So, yeah. Basically, the contingent, the I guess I'd call it a contingent of Nightwing entourage, stayed in the Ice Kingdom for 10 days or so, maybe 2 weeks, something like that, while they were making negotiations, for a peace treaty. Which, not really surprising that kind of fell through because both the Nightwings and the Icewings are both, well, I suppose arrogant would be a word, I suppose, for the tribes, both thinking that they're really high and mighty, I would say. Um, but yeah. Plus, neither of the queens were really all that kind. I think they're both really greedy queens. Queen Diamond and Queen Vigilance, I believe, was the Nightwing Queen, the reigning Nightwing Queen at the time. Both were kind of cruel and greedy and money hungry, like I guess a lot of the dragons were back then. They were more of the stereotypical dragons that you think of in human lore than the queens we ended up with, later on. Like Queen Ruby, Queen Glory, um, Queen Snowstorm. Was that her name? Queen Thorn. Basically, if the queens were kind of, eh, Then basically later they were replaced by someone younger. There was a video that I was working on covering that, the fact that the queens were getting younger as the series progressed, and I do need to probably redo that one because I didn't really have a very well written script for that one. But yeah, Vigilance and Glacier, Queen Glacier. That's the one I was trying to think of. No, Queen Diamond. That's it. Queen Glacier was the one later. But Queen Diamond and Queen Vigilance, both. Well, they weren't the friendliest of queens around. But this is basically the story of Arctic, Prince Arctic rather, and Foe Slayer, and their escape. I would say ultimate escape from the Ice Kingdom, which basically did drive basically an almost permanent rift between the Nightwings and the Ice Wings, even well into the present of the Wings of Fire community. That rift is still there, mainly due to um, propaganda and people not really knowing the truth. People choose to believe what they want to believe, though. But the fact is that the rift is still there to a certain extent. Anyways, yeah, this was really an amazing little story. I do say a short story because I think that each winglet was only about 40 pages in length, which is uncharacteristically short. But all the information is really, really compact. You learn a lot in just those 40 pages. Again, I'm assuming it's 40 pages. I just know that the book itself was around 120 or 160 pages, something like that. And there were 4 stories. So the math adds up to about around 40 pages per story. So it's a rather quick read. The book I had actually all 4 of the stories together instead of them all separate. So if you can find that book, then you're probably better off doing that as opposed to hunting down each of these books individually. I did choose to use the original covers for these books in my reviews. But yeah, just basically for variety's sake. Otherwise, it would be the same book plastered 4 times, and I thought that felt kind of boring, and I'd probably go insane trying to figure out which video was which, because it's like, oh, is this the first winglet or is this the second winglet? With the different covers, I'm able to easily determine which one is which. But anyways, as always, it is a Wings of Fire book and is very well written by Tui. And so yeah, I believe these were meant to be bridges over gap years where books weren't released. So there's that. I think that I've read all of the written Wings of Fire literature now, including A Guide to the Dragon World. The only 2 books I can think of are How to Draw the Wings of Fire characters. That is a book also, and I think I've convinced the library to buy that book, actually. And the other one is the Stained Glass coloring book, or whatever it's called, which really I don't think contributes any missing lore to the franchise. So anyways, I probably won't be doing a review of those 2 books. Otherwise, I think I've read all of the others, but I'm not certain. Anyways, long story short, this was an amazing book. If you're interested in basically what happened between the Ice Wings and the Night Wings, what initially caused the tremendous rift between the 2 tribes of dragons, then I would highly recommend you check out this book. Actually, I'd highly recommend you check out all the winglets because they all contribute unique information, and they're all worth a read. But then again, that's just my opinion. You can either take my opinion or leave it. Either way is fine. What I like most about the Winglets books, just as a whole, is basically the detail of the lore. The books are super short and a quick read, but as I said before, the information is very compact, and you learn a lot by reading very little, which is always amazing. Um, and kind of a rare talent, I would say. But anyways, again, this is just my opinion. You can either take my opinion or leave it. Either way is fine. And if you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe, ring the bell so you know when I upload. Also, if you want to support me in any way or if you want to join the Discord server, all the information will be in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. You are loved and have a great day.